Didn't he rescue somebody?
That was in 45.
Why was he in the fire?
Well, he had gone in this farmhouse. He was going to wash out some of his clothes. And there was gasoline in there, and he tripped over it because he didn't see it. And it ignited from the fireplace. When that gasoline spilled out of that, whatever it was in. And he had to crawl through the fire to get back out.
And this is when he was in Germany?
And the German couple put the fire out on him. He stayed in the hospital in Nice, France for 28 days.
What did he do in the army?
He was in the field artillery. They drafted him back then.
Where were you at that time?
Pardon?
Where were you?
In Dublin, Georgia.
And that's before you moved to Savannah, right?
That's before we moved to Savannah. Well, we had lived in Savannah, and he was working at the gas company when he was inducted in the Army. They drafted him on his birthday, September the 12th, 1944. He was inducted in the Army then at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. My mind is still keen as a pin.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's been a long time.
So, what kind of stoves did you have? What kind of heating elements did you have in your house before you moved to Savannah?
We had a kerosene stove. And my brother had a Willis, and he burned kerosene in the car. Because they drafted, you could only get so many gallons of gasoline. I think 10 gallons was the limit that you could get back then. And he burned kerosene in his Willis.
Your friend is coming.
What did your parents do?
What did my parents do?
Mm-hmm.
We lived on the farm.
What about your grandparents?
The farm.
Nice.
Honey, I can remember us canning vegetables and preserves, all kind of vegetables. Mama would make vegetable soup, butter beans, string beans, okra and tomatoes.
So how do you grow stuff in the land in Georgia when it's like red clay? How do you?
We don't have that much red clay in Georgia.
So it's not like Alabama.
No, Alabama's clay.
Yeah, Alabama's clay.
But we have sandy soil in Georgia. They are clay there in places, but not like Alabama.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard to grow in Alabama.
So it's different, just like it is here. But you see so many tall trees down there that you don't see here. Now in Oklahoma City here, you see a lot of tall trees.
What was your favorite vegetable to plant and grow?
Butter beans, peas, string beans, garden peas, corn. And they
Potatoes?
growed a lot of tobacco back when I was a child.
What?
Tobacco.
I did everything on the farm except I never rode the mule.
To
Never
till the
plowed,
land, right?
Never plowed. My dad and my brothers did that.
So you hook the plow up to the mule, right? And you walk behind it. Yeah.
They didn't have tractors and all back then.
Yeah.
farming has come a long way. And it's been to the advantage of the farmer. They can grow more. I pulled a menu corn off of the stalk, and back then you never wasted anything. Even the blades on the corn, we pulled them off and twisted them around when they was green, and then hung it over the ear of corn till it dried. And then Daddy would take the tobacco sled and go in the field and get that corn leaves, put it in the barn for the horses, for mules. Because we didn't have horses, it was mules. It's come a long ways.
So how did you fertilize the soil without, you
They
know,
had guanner.
what's that made out of?
It's a type of a dry fertilizer and nitrogen they used.
Did you use worms at all? Worm castings to help?
No, use the worms for the fish to go fishing with. Put that worm on that hook, twist him around on that hook, and throw him in the river, and fish will bite him.
Did you ever use mule manure or anything like that to fertilize?
I use the feces from the cows and the barn.
What about as a pesticide? What types of things did you use as a pesticide, or did you not worry about it?
Well, they didn't use too much pesticides back then. When I was growing up, we had to go in the field and pick the worms off of the tobacco, put them down in the row and stomp them. We had to keep the worms off the tobacco, and that's the way we did it.
Did your parents and grandparents, did they own their own land, or what was it?
We owned our own land. Yeah. And
So was it,
And when the well, we had water from a deep well, and a lot of times that well would go dry when we had dry weather, and we had